A strong body shows strength and instills confidence in others around you. I must always stay at the top of my game.
I need a more physically demanding job.
It looks like all our problems are solved. Welcome to the Jade Chamber.
Oh, great. I have no idea what we would have done otherwise.
I didn't think we'd really manage to get you here. This was a last-minute situation, and you're the one we trust the most.
To put it simply, we are just looking for the right person to help. I have tasked my 3 most trusted secretaries with overseeing. The nature of their day-to-day work is highly sensitive and confidential, so whomever I ask to fill in needs to be someone I can. There's no need to be quite so modest. Actually, you were the first person I thought of. To me, this work is highly sensitive and of utmost importance, though I'm sure you'll find it. And yet, despite this, I thought I could. As it happens, I was just having a discussion on backup plan.
But the outcome of that discussion was this is a good reminder that we should always have a contingency plan.
Anyway, this may add to the debt of gratitude I owe you. But the fact is, your arrival here has rescued what was fast becoming. I wouldn't worry. It's all work you'll be quite familiar with. All basic skills required by competent adventurers, if I'm not mistaken.
If you have any questions about your work, the administrative work Lady Ningguang touched upon just now is only—
Don't be mistaken. I won't put you in a difficult position, and All right. Please proceed to the—
Yes, Lady Ningguang.
Follow my lead.
Before I get into specifics, I want to start by giving you the big picture. As a member of the Liyue Qixing, Lady Ningguang's every move is in the spotlight. Maintaining her perfect— My usual job is to be her right hand, to maintain her image and take care of all her worries. For example, arranging her daily schedule, picking out clothes for her. You misunderstand me. I am simply trying to impress—
Baisha has always been very passionate about her work. I can leave any task in her capable hands, and rest assured that her performance will be nothing short of exemplary. I'm sure she was simply trying to share some of her enthusiasm.
Back to the topic at hand. Let's get into the details. Bai Xiao and Bai Wen handle tasks that require enormous experience, while I'm mainly responsible for organizing her daily schedule. I can go through the methods I use and give you some pointers based on my experience. All in a day's work for the traveler, Great, then I'll skip that and just get to the handover of duties. Currently, there are 133 items that have yet to be scheduled, 17 of which are high importance, and— Yes, I did try to make a start in advance, but only got as far as roughly prioritizing the tasks before I ran out of time. I'll go through the most important items with you. First is the periodic meeting with the representatives of the 8 trades. Then, a discussion with Lady Keqing on issues relating to time restrictions on land conveyance. Right after that, there's— Yes, you do. To the uninitiated, scheduling may sound— You need to take travel time into account, along with a whole spectrum of potential issues that can arise. Ample knowledge of all outside factors that may weigh upon... I assume this is all making sense. Unless you had any other questions at this point? Good. Then let's press on. We're tight on time here, and there's a lot to get through. And we still need to leave... Already? Wow. You're...
Wonderful. Then I'll be counting on you to provide my schedule for tomorrow. I'm grateful for your assistance. Now, I will leave you here in peace to proceed with your work. I still have a few items from today's schedules that need addressing. If anything else is unclear, you can ask by...
Take care, Lady Ningguang. Good. You factored in both priority and efficiency, and produced a rigorous and excellent work. You've got quite a knack for this. Please be here at the Jade Chamber tomorrow morning before Lady Ningguang wakes up, and start preparing based on this. With you helping out here, we will be able to focus fully on the auction. I hope so too. You must be exhausted.
The fighting has ceased for now. Commence physical training. Follow my lead.
Yes, I'm already awake. I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing. Good morning. Did you sleep well? That's good. I was worried you'd be a little uncomfortable. Now then, the schedule. Item 1. Lunch at Lioli Pavilion with Miss Lua Chiao. Ah, yes. I remember the invitation. No, someone I've never met before. Today's lunch will... She's paying a high price for my time, and I intend to make sure she gets her money's worth. Otherwise, tens of millions of mora is rather a high price for lunch. That's right. Even at this price, there is no shortage of people willing to pay for a lunch opportunity with me. To be clear, I've never had any hand in setting the price. I too was rather surprised. Time is very valuable to me, so when I first came up with the idea, I made a rule. Gradually, it developed into a lucrative business. Yes, that sums it up very well. Most people looking to buy my time. Naturally, for anyone looking to make a profit in a complex market, the bottom line is having the requisite. As for how much my insight is worth in terms of mora, everyone has their own. You're a very lucky person, you know. In the hands of a professional business person, the kind of information you'll be exposed to would be worth, well, tens of millions of mora. There's no need to be nervous, of course. Did you organize this entire breakfast? Uh-huh. I know what's going on then. Please, sit. Have a taste of the Jade Chamber's chef's cooking. What do you think? Is the oh, don't forget we have a lunch later. Still, I'm happy to see that you approve of my culinary tastes. On occasion. Usually everyone is too busy for a leisurely sit-down meal. There is an awful lot to get done most of the time. Breakfast also isn't usually so lavish, hence my surprise when we got here. I actually thought you had cooked it all yourself. Relax, I'm just joking. Baishar probably made arrangements yesterday to add a few extra dishes to the breakfast menu. You willingly took this work on, knowing that it would be tedious, and you have worked diligently. My secretaries and I are very grateful to you. Treating you to some food is but a small token of our appreciation. Breakfast sets the tone for the rest of the day. If you wake up to the same Well, I'm done eating. I have some preparations to make first. I need a change of mood. Who knows? Perhaps you will have a completely different impression. I already instructed Longyang to have my outfit ready. Thank you.
Hello, how may I help? Ah, yes, of course. Please. Here you are. Please give this to Lady Ningguang. Yes, this whole room is full of Lady Ningguangs. Lady Ningguang asked us to rearrange this room recently. We're currently... Anyway, you can take it now. Thanks for...
Did you get it? Ah, this is the one. Please, wait for a moment. I had this specially tailored recently, and I must say, I'm really rather fond of it. What do you think? Be honest. I just want to know your first impression. Phew. Thank you. I was actually a little nervous. Knowing that it has your seal of approval makes me feel much more self-confident. If you're second-guessing how you look, you can forget about looking glamorous. Even the finest garments in the world would look out of place on you. That's why your affirmation matters so much to me. All right, let's head to Liali Pavilion.
Lady Ning.
Sorry to have kept you waiting.
No, not at all. I know that you have 1,000 different things to do each day.
Great. Well, let's leave the formalities aside from now on, and this is the Traveler. He happened to be in Liyue Harbor today, so I invited him to come along. Do you mind if he sits with us?
No, not at all. On the contrary, I'm honored. What a surprise to be dining with the I've always been fascinated by you and your adventures. There's... Oh, I'm sorry. Where are my manners? I'm Luo Qiao, a businesswoman. I work mostly in the textile business, but that's what I wanted to ask Lady Ningguang for some advice.
Rumors? About what exactly?
You know, the rumors about the two of you. You haven't heard? Come on. You must know that Lady Ningguang's every move is in the spotlight. That obviously includes her relationships. And if you didn't have some sort of special relationship, why would she invite you to this lunch right after finding out that you were back in Liyue?
Interesting. Yes, we do have a special relationship, but I don't see anything unusual about it. The Traveler is a national hero in Liyue whose actions have directly contributed toward the prosperity we enjoy today. Even putting aside my official status as one of the Liyue Qixing, I admire him on a personal level too.
Oh, yes. Well, there is nothing unusual about it at all. I was just observing that Lady Ningguang now seems to have a second...
You're comparing apples and sunsettias there. Whenever Beidou returns to Liyue Harbor, all she brings me is a headache. I've missed out on a number of extremely promising investment opportunities thanks to her. And
Investment opportunities? Oh,
no, something else. All the talk about...
Oh, but isn't there some new technology from Fontaine?
If it were really that profitable, those in the know would have kept it as quiet as possible. You have to wonder... I had my secretary do some analysis. The current price of luminescent spines far exceeds the profits that could be made on the end product. So I would advise you to be cautious.
I see. Well, I was planning to get your opinion on how to get started in that business.
In my opinion, there are many people around with ulterior motives, making this a very risky business to enter into in the short term. Long term, it's very difficult to say, but I believe there's too much uncertainty to make it worth your investment.
You think so too, huh? Okay, got it. If that's what both of you... Maybe it'd be a better choice to invest this money into an Lady Ningguang, thank you so much for taking...
Good.
Now I see why you were able to become the most successful business. You think clearly, you are very knowledgeable, and you keep yourself...
You've been listening for a while. Are you getting bored? Has it sparked an interest in the business world for you? Ah, so you want to be my competitor. Well then, or how about this? I'll invest in you early on, before you make it big.
I won't take up any more of your time. Thank you. This lunch was everything I was hoping for and more. I can't wait to try out everything I've learned.
See you next time. I'll look forward to hearing good news from you soon. Right then. Lunch is over. I assume you have something planned next? Although, I'm a little concerned about the auction. Yes, you're right. Whatever happens, they can handle it. In that case, what's next on the schedule? Ah, okay then. Yes, it's been some time since I last caught up with them. Let's go to Mingxing Jewelry first. I need to pick up something before meeting them.
really...
Hello. I'm here to collect the item I handed in for repair.
Ah, Lady Ningguang.
Very good. Don't rush now. Please. Yes and no. You probably imagine that Mingxing Jewelry deals exclusively in expensive luxury goods. The workers here are very skilled, so I like to come to them when I need something custom. This time, though, I just had them do a simple repair.
Lady Ningguang, your comb has been... We did everything we could to restore it.
That's fine. Thank you. Yes, though it is something very precious to one of my informants often provide me with extremely important information. It's only fair that trust is of far greater importance than profit in the relationship between me and my... It's understandable to think that way, and in the vast majority of cases, you'd be completely right. But things are a little different with these particular informants. Mora doesn't get you very far, and this only makes me all the more excited to meet with them. Thank you for the repair, Xingxi. This is a...
Oh, don't mention it. It's always a
Let's go and meet them.
Thank you. Auntie Ningguang! Hi, Auntie Ningguang!
Hello, my dears. It's been a long time, hasn't it? Yes, indeed. And they are some of my most reliable helpers and friends. I didn't want to involve them in intelligence gathering for me at first, but they, on the other hand, were so enthusiastic about the idea that I thought it couldn't hurt to try. I treated it as a little... It turned out that they delivered the goods and thoroughly and so...
Great! Mom and Dad have taken me on loads of... But you didn't do... Yeah, but you still gotta try. Like teacher says,
This new age started after that great... Well, this is a dramatic change. Unique... What about you, Nan Nan?
I'm fine.
Oh yeah, I just remembered. A load of really big boats came into the harbor the day before yesterday. Yeah, that's right. All the merchants were there, and it was really noisy. And then the people on the boat started unloading all these crates. There was a salty kind of fishy smell in the air.
Oh, I see. That'll be the fishing boats coming back from the open ocean.
Yep. I made sure to look at the waterline, just like you said. They looked really full this time.
My goodness. Well, it sounds like they made quite... The heavier the boat, the lower the... How deep a fully loaded vessel will sit in the water varies.
Since Auntie Ningguang taught me how to do it, I can
A few days ago, I heard they said that when they get here, the price will go up a lot.
Oh, really? Who did you hear this from? Do you remember what they looked like?
No, I don't remember.
All right, never mind. So, how about what they said? Do you remember their exact words?
I don't remember that either. Sorry.
Are you okay? You're usually the one that talks the most. What's gotten into you today?
It's okay. Don't be upset. Actually...
It's my comb. You remembered.
Of course I did. If I make you a promise, I will always keep it.
Thank you, Auntie Ningguang. Thank you so much.
It was just a small favor, really. Nothing to get overexcited about.
But they said you'd be too busy to remember about a boring old comb.
They?
Uh-oh.
It's all right. Don't worry. There just seems to be some kind of misunderstanding here. Why don't you take this opportunity to clear it up? Don't you think that'd be best?
Yeah, Auntie Ningguang's not gonna blame you.
I'm sorry. I told you a lie. That thing about the luminescent spines wasn't something I heard. I told them I didn't want to lie to Auntie Ningguang, but, they told me you'd forgot. Then they bought me a new comb, and I'm sorry. I'll give them the comb back right away. No comb is better than the one you helped get fixed for me.
I know how much it means to you. It was a gift from your—
Yeah, it was. I'll be extra careful with it from now on. When Mom gets back, she'll be so sad if she finds out I broke it.
I must say, this is most intriguing. How about this? You tell me where those two people are, and I'll take the comb back to them for you. Sound good?
Okay. They're over at the docks.
All right, then. Don't worry, it'll all be fine. I'll be right back.
Are you gonna go punish?
Now, this is a grown-up situation, okay? It's not fun and games anymore. And don't try and follow me. I'm just going to have a polite discussion with those two grown-ups about what they're allowed to do and what—
Follow my lead.
Do you think that kid's gonna fluff her lines? Also, let's be honest.
Yes, I know. But we didn't have any other options. Try not to overthink it, okay? Nanan's one of Ningguang's most trusted informants. Ningguang adores that kid. She's not gonna get all suspicious just because her story doesn't quite add up.
It sounds like you underestimated me. And the children—
Lady Ningguang?
You knew how important that comb was to Nan, and you exploited that fact to emotionally manipulate her. You coached a child to lie, made her betray her own—
Sorry, Lady Ningguang. We never should've—
That's not the point. Business is but you cannot put Mora above all else.
It was hardly our first choice either. We were only acting out of necessity. We've been business partners for years now. We've gotten by, I guess, but never had any opportunities to expand. When we heard about the movement in the luminescent spine market, we thought to heck with it. So we stocked up a huge stash of luminescent spine.
But we waited and waited, and this mystery merchant from Fontaine never came. Suddenly, everyone with luminescent spines was running for the exit, selling as fast as they could.
Oh yeah! As soon as Lady Ningguang makes a move, everyone If we don't sell the goods, we're both bankrupt. We're in debt up to our eyeballs!
To be brutally honest, we took out a loan and made a speculative investment is not a sob story. But not everyone has the capability to make rational decisions. Greed, a lust for wealth, and impatience can all cloud your judgment. Do you now realize how dire the consequences of what—
100%. We begged people to take our stock off our hands. They laughed at us, called us idiots.
We messed up. The savings we worked so hard our whole—
Well, the portion of what I pay—
Huh? But—
Then you're free to find it. But if you're seriously
Lady Ningguang is right. Let's
Yes. Yes, you're right.
I have no particular need for luminescent spines. But
Okay, so,
no need to hurry. You took advantage of a child, and you are coming with— This is an opportunity for you—
Oh, okay.
Come on. Let's go back and see the children.
Follow my lead.
Adventurer,
we're back. Everything's all sorted.
Huh? Oh!
I'm sorry, Nan Nan. I was completely in the wrong, and I promise.
I think it should be your choice, and yours alone.
Well, since it's all sorted out now and nothing's... But we can't just let them off.
That's true.
I've made up my mind. I want them to come play with us.
What?
Yeah! Now we have someone to play. Great idea. Let's go play...
Wait a second.
Nope. No waiting.
So full of energy. Yes, of course. I wouldn't feel comfortable leaving them alone with those two buffoons.
Try your luck, Benny Jade.
Let me guess what you're thinking. You're thinking that there's not a huge difference between me turning these children into my informants and They were completely different when I first met them. They'd run away as soon as they saw me, or they'd be shaking with nerves and unable to speak. But gradually, they stopped seeing me as someone to be afraid of, and started seeing me as someone they can trust. For my part, I did my utmost to fulfill the duties of a responsible adult. I played games with them, but now they're much further. I think that this is beneficial to them. Yes, perhaps I never had the chance to receive a good education as a child. Someday they may realize that when that happens, they will be ready to face the world head-on and become exceptional businessmen and women. But until then, I am here to protect them. I will one day die. New Qixing will replace the old, and Liyue will continue to prosper. I hope the name Ningguang will live on. If I can pass on everything—
Come on, Auntie Ning. We're not gonna wait.
Coming! Come on.
Before I get into specifics, I want to start by giving you the big picture. As a member of the Liu, my usual job, for example, arranging her daily schedule, picking out... you misunderstand me.
Baisha has always been very passionate about her work. I can leave any task in her capable hands, and rest assured that her performance will be nothing short of— I'm sure she was simply trying to—
Thank you. Back to the topic at hand. By Xiao and by Wen, I can go through the methods I use and give you some pointers, all in a day's work for the traveler, Great. Then I'll skip that. Currently, there are 133 items that have yet— Yes, I did. I'll go through the most important. First is the periodic meet, then a discussion with Lady Kuching on issues right after that, there's— Yes, you do. To the uninitiated, scheduling may... You need to take travel time into account, along with ample knowledge of all outside factors that may weigh upon your plan A is essential. I assume this is all making sense. Unless you had any other questions at this point? Good. Then let's press on. We're tight on time here, and there's a lot to get through. And we still need to leave enough time for you to prepare Lady Ningguang's schedule. Already? Wow.
Wonderful. Then I'll be counting on you to... I'm grateful for your assistance. Now, I will leave you here in peace to proceed with your work. I still have a few items from today's schedules that need addressing. If anything else is unclear, you can ask Bai Shi.
Take care, Lady Ningguang. Don't you think that this schedule is... Yeah, that's true. Lady, we do sometimes worry about her health, but her attitude is very Mora-driven. If by taking a break there's a chance she'll lose Mora, she'll never agree to it. Huh. I see where you're coming from. Yes, you have a... All right then, let's go with your plan. I'm sure Lady Ningguang has plenty she wants to talk about with you. There's a lot of things that need doing over at the auction venue, so I will be leaving. I hope so too. You must be exhausted. Make sure you get an early night tonight.
Yes, I'm already awake. I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing. Good morning. Did you sleep well? That's good. So, what's item 1 on today's schedule? I imagine this must have taken Bai Shi completely by surprise. Sure. There's no... My schedule is usually very tightly packed, and any extra time I can squeeze out is spent on preparing for the future. So, it'll be quite nice to take a break. I don't often feel tired. Seeing the Mora come in has a way of making me feel... Still, your idea is very sensible. So then, the day... Something I never... Ah! Have you played the chess game I made? Or heard of it, perhaps? Yes. It's based on classic chess, but with different rules. When I was designing it, I wanted it not only to be a fun game, so I introduced... I'm constantly revising and expanding it. So far, true. But I don't feel that isn't one of the joys of playing chess to continually learn. I think the key will be... I'm planning to make a new... One side will play the Guardians of Liyue Harbor. No problem. I want to make each of the chess pieces... And no Guardians of Liyue chess set would be complete... I am indeed. My thinking was that only people who... It seems only fitting for someone of your status. Naturally, since you are... Everyone who owns this chess set will preserve... Then it's decided. Come with me.
Follow my lead.
Oh, Lady Ningguang and the Traveler.
You already know each other?
Oh, I think it goes a little deeper than that. I don't teach my... There's a word for people like you, who are...
You seem to be in a good mood today.
As ever, there's nothing special about today. All jokes aside, how can I be...
Remember the custom chess pieces I told you about? I'd like you to...
Whatever business I'm in, I am first and foremost a woman of many talents. Don't you remember when I taught you how to make perfume? There was no porcelain involved in that. As it happens, I am...
Yingar is every bit as proficient as any of...
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just realizing that the Traveler only thinks I'm good at one thing. I see how it is. In which case, you'll find all the tools you could need in the room. Please, help yourselves. I'll stay outside and mind my own porcelain business, as you quite rightly suggested.
Huh? What are you...
Oh, I think the Traveler is the one you should be asking about that. I'm kidding. It's hard not to tease when you're both so well matched. Come on then, step inside and I'll examine your body from tip to toe.
If I hear any strange new rumors after this, you will be my #1 suspect.
Rumors about the Traveler or the chess piece?
Either. Both are confidential.
Don't worry, I know where the line is. I'd never... Secrets are only fun when they're kept secret.
Just enough with the ambiguous phrasing, okay? You'll give people the wrong idea. Forget it. Let's just go.
You're always welcome at Scent of Spring. Come again, anytime.
I slightly regret bringing you here. It doesn't...
Keep your...
Now that your measurements are taken, let's go to Mingxing Jewelry and put an order in.
Hello, Lady Ningguang.
That chess piece I told you about? We can start work now. I have the Traveler's measurements here.
Okay, let me just double check. Looks good.
Good. And as agreed, please use top-grade materials.
Of course, we are professionals, and we will do everything we can to deliver the... Although, speaking to you as a friend, I have to tell you that the sale price you indicated won't even cover the cost of production. I don't mean just the material costs either. Waiting around for top-quality materials
That's okay. This one is not for profit. With every previous set, there's always been some degree of commercial or marketing considerations to bear in mind. But this one serves more... To that point, as you know, the prototype of the Jade Chamber chess piece has been in the works. Yes. And just like your piece, the Jade Chamber piece will be scaled for the game.
Yes, it's a challenging project, but also, not-for-profit is really not something I ever expected from Lady Ningguang. How do I put it? It just seems...
In business, everything comes down to profits versus losses. You have to keep a cool head and make rational judgments. In other words, you must be shrewd. But shrewdness is easily perceived as cynicism. Hardly the worst thing in the world, of course. But well, for example, I once had another cases where I offered distinctly more competitive terms in an investment, and that Ningguang, they thought, she must be up to something. We can't.
I see.
But these problems disappeared all but completely. Why? Because the whole of Leo witnessed me at least, that's the most reasonable explanation.
Oh, I get it. You're saying that back when you you're not seeking to make a profit from these chess pieces because what you're commemorating, it was the deal of the century. And as long as you keep capitalizing on it, business...
Yes, exactly.
Truly a brilliant strategy, Lady Ningguang. Now I understand why this set needs to be so perfect and why it's okay that
it will be a lot of work, and I'm most grateful to you. Make sure the Traveler's piece is exactly how he wants it. We can't go letting him down.
Don't you worry. We'll put our all into it.
Well, that's that then. Let's head back to the Jade Chamber. There's something I want.
Follow my lead!
I have a question for you, and I'd like to hear your honest opinion. And I, in turn, will tell you how I really think. When we were at Mingxing Jewelry, I admitted that my decision to sacrifice the Jade Chamber was a calculated one. I had already considered what I stood to lose, and when you heard that, did it make you think that maybe I really was a cynical profit chaser after all? I see. Well then, I'm sorry, but what I'm about to say may simply come across as making excuses. I was lying to Xingxi. My decision to destroy the Jade Chamber was nowhere near as thought through as I made it out to be. Afterwards, I consoled myself by reasoning that all my wealth comes from Leo Harbor. So, to lose Leo Harbor is to lose everything. But it just didn't work. Because I had just severed ties with a life. I stared out at the sea for goodness knows how long. There was no way I could console myself. But as time went by, I received so many thank you gifts and letters from people. Everyone was described. I gave up the Jade Chamber without a moment's hesitation. And I did it for the sake of Leo Harbor. And now, all of this was so encouraging to hear. Because, to most people, the idea that Lady Ningguang is someone who battles with grief and struggles to let go of the past. This is one aspect of the truth that the fact that... Thank you for your comforting words. I'm sorry that you have to... But look where I am now. And if I end up having to do it all over again in the future...
Need a more demanding job.
Follow my lead!
Sorry to have kept you waiting.
No, no, not.
Great. This is the traveler. He happened to be in. Do you mind if he sits?
No, not at all. I've always been. Oh, I'm Luo Qiao. A bit. That's what I wanted.
Rumors?
You know. You haven't heard? Come on. And if you didn't have some sort of.
The traveler is a. Even putting aside.
Oh, yes.
You're comparing Apple. I've missed out on an.
Investment opportunities?
No. Something.
Oh, but isn't.
If it were really that. I had my secretary. So I would advise.
I see.
In my opinion, long term, it's very difficult to say.
You think so too, huh? Okay. Maybe it'd be. Lady Ningguang.
Good.
Now I see why. You think clearly. You are very not.
You've been listening for a while. Are you? Has it sparked an interest in the business world for you? Ah, so you want to be my competitor. Well then, I suppose I'll have to start looking over my shoulder. Or how about this? I'll invest in you early on, before you make it big.
I won't take up any more of your time. Thank you. This lunch was everything I was hoping for and more. I can't wait to try out everything I've learned.
See you next time. I'll look forward to hearing good news from you soon. Right then. Lunch. I'm a little concerned about the Good. Then let's do that. There are. So, even though my secretary's. Come on. The auction is.
Lady Ningguang, what?
I couldn't help but feel a little concerned.
We're about ready, and people are starting to arrive.
Very good. I think I'll host.
Huh? You want?
Yes. Just in case.
Then we'll leave the auction itself to you.
Have you attended an auction before? Well, would you like to participate this time? You don't have to bid. All right then. Feel free to take a look. Check out the items up for bidding. It's about time to start. Find yourself somewhere to sit. Yes? What is it? That's for you to make. It's precisely what makes auction until the bids exceed the value of the item you're after. Perhaps this does not result in what you might call a yes. The first lot is a teacup from my personal collection. Bids starting at 10,000 mora. That's 10,000 mora for the teacup.
20,000!
30,000!
50,000.
80,000! 80,000 over here!
I'll raise that to 100,000!
120.
All right, 150,000. Anyone else want to keep going now?
150 once?
170?
180,000.
Mm-mm.
180 once? 180 twice? 180. Sold!
Yeah, it's mine now.
Okay then. Moving. You seem to be getting quite into it. What a shame that you did. Of course it did. I'm sure you must find it quite odd that all the. Since you're curious, why not go and talk to the.
Today, what? There were too many bidders, and I guess I'll just have to wait for the next auction.
Huh? Well, it's pretty obvious. Sure, the item may look pretty ordinary, but that's probably just But I figured I'd buy it first, then.
I may have paid an arm and a leg for this, but in the end, I got the result I wanted. Nothing of Ningguang's could ever be over it. I'm far from the only buyer who believes that owned by Ningguang is worth paying a premium for.
Well, did you find the answer yet? That's certainly part of it. But despite this, they were all willing to pay very dearly for them. I wonder, is faith in me? You'll see shortly. If all I wanted to do was make some quick mora by exploiting every participant in this auction.
Lady Ningguang, something doesn't, as unlikely as this sounds, and please forgive me for even bringing it up, but I had to ask.
Counterfeits? Absolutely not. They are simply ordinary items. And there was no coercion or enticement during the auction.
Because we trusted you! Everyone knows that you love Mora, but we also know that you made your fortune through honest means, as opposed to scamming people.
You seem to have entered into dangerous linguistic territory there. You should know that unless you have, of course, if you have any genuine grievances about the auction, the lots, or the process.
You! Fine. Yes, technically it was all legitimate. Guess all I can do is take the loss. But if word gets out about today's auction, people are gonna start seeing you as a con artist. No one would dare do business with you after that. I guess what I'm saying is this—
Let me answer that with a question. You claim that you were willing to pay a high price because you trusted me. But is that—
What do you mean?
Oh, I don't know. Perhaps it could be something to do with a lost item from the original Jade. When the Jade Chamber fell, countless valuable items from my collection plunged into the sea. I organized— A considerable number of these made their way back into Liyue Harbor through means unbeknownst to me, and passed through several pairs of hands before finally ending up in—
Wait, you mean—
Yes. Everyone attending the auction today is in possession of lost property belonging to, or to put it another way, they were all people who have had a taste of something that was mine and convinced themselves that I am someone to be taken advantage of. So I ask you again, your high bidding price. The sole reason I held this auction is to reclaim my treasured possessions. If you are willing to return what is mine, I will refund all the money you spent.
All right, fine. You drive a hard bargain like everyone says. I'll go and get it right now.
Despite his bad attitude, he cooperated in the end. Good for him. The issue was that all items of mine that have been fished out of the sea have changed hands numerous times already. Determining who has legal ownership, I could have bought them back, but it's not in my nature to pay twice for the same thing. Least of all, when they'd be After making some inquiries, I found them to be most uncooperative. So I had to resort to this auction to finally put a stop to all this nonsense. I just wanted my thing. At most, a little child. What do you think it was about the Jade Chamber that defeated Osile? Well, its great weight meant that it hit Osile with incredible force, while the energy, every piece of the Jade Chamber. But in the end, it's hard not to get a little irked thinking about it. Thank you for understanding. Now I've got one of my items back. Let me show. The secrets of history shine through.
The fighting has ceased for now. Commence physical training. Follow my lead.
Yes, I'm already awake. I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing. Good morning. Did you sleep well? That's good. I was worried you'd be a little uncomfortable. So, what's item 1? I imagine this must have taken... Sure. My schedule is usually... So, it'll be quite nice to take a break. I don't often... Still, you're... So then... Something interesting. Because as far as most people are concerned, Mora is the key to any and all opportunities. Yes, I want to do something a little self-indulgent. Thank you. I was born into a humble family, and fishing isn't a lot of the old folks like to brag about how I used to be their errand runner, but they were tough times. If I didn't make any money, I want to relive that time, so how about it? Will you join me? Great. We're not to use our stuff. The goal is to see how much... Okay. But why don't we go down to the dock? They periodically throw out a lot of unclaimed or what does it matter? Come on.
Lady Ningguang, are you here to inspect? Sorry, I won't be long.
Calm down.
Oh, I haven't done anything. Have I? All right. I make sure I post all. It used to be a huge problem, but with a bit of heart, it's hard to say. But as far as the warehouse, as for the damaged ones, if it sits there in the warehouse.
So,
I'm afraid we just. But don't worry, Lady Ningguang.
Hold on. Oh. I don't think he has quite grasped the nature of this situation.
Lady Ningguang, I had a quick run through the list and...
Let me see here. Soggy food. It's a shame we missed... Take this wooden toy, for example.
Huh? Well, sure.
Great. This is going well, yes. And once we're done...
I have no idea what's going...
All tasks have been handled.
Lady Ningguang.
Actually.
Just take a look. Oh, I see. I mean, but...
What's wrong?
No, it's not... I'll give you 150,000 mora. How does that sound?
Oh, what?
No worries. The price is negotiable, of course. So if that figure's not what you had in mind, I can, bump it up a little. It'll be fine. I'm sure we can...
What are your thoughts? Yes. At most, these items are only worth a couple of thousand mora.
Huh? Wait a minute. So you're real... And specifically, these things? I thought that was all code for some kind of inspection or something.
It appears so. We can't go on like this. Let's try something else. As long as we're in Liyue Harbor, this kind of misunderstanding is inevitable. If I wasn't Ningguang, Go Sonar probably wouldn't have handed all of these over, and you likely wouldn't be willing to buy them either.
To be completely honest...
This goes against the rules we set for ourselves at the start. Are there any other ways for adventurers to make... Great. I don't...
You two have a...
This must be the place. feels like it's the feeling of creating your wealth with your own two. Yes, I'd say, and let's not for. In any case, the sight of more, I intend to. This time, let's try.
Press the advantage!
Whirling snow!
Another satisfying haul. Ah, that's very kind of you. For me, a battle is just a form of exercise. Oh no, not yet. There's more Mora to be made. Hey, look! What's that hole in the ground? Oh, I see. So, oh, how quaint. Come on. There it is! After it! Goodness, this reminds me of Fit, but we didn't let it slip away. Let's see. We can't do any serious business with this amount. Actually, now Wang Shuin is right there. Same thought, in which case, I think, yes, but come on.
Follow my lead.
Nice and spicy! Speed of light!
This should be enough. Let's head back to land and grill them. Here. A fresh catch can go straight. It's a little charred. Normally, I have to make a special. I'm okay. Back in the day, I was always. But by the same token, she did. You'd be more likely to see. My child, they are confined to the water. It is. When I think back on all my hard work in the past. But. Yes, I'm already awake. I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing. Good morning. Did you sleep well? That's good. So, what's item? I imagine this must have taken. Sure. My schedule is usually. So, it'll be quite nice to take a break. I don't often. Still. So then. Something interesting. Because as far as most people are concerned, yes, you're absolutely right. I want to do something a little Thank you. I was born into a humble family, and all the wealth you see now began with a single haul of fish. Fishing isn't that. A lot of the old folks like to brag about how I used to. They were a tough time. If I didn't make any money, I want to relive that. So how about it? Will you join me? Great. We're not to use our... The goal is to see how... I can see why you'd suggest that. But Northland Bank is a special... Yes, and also, I expect they still hold...
Follow my lead.
Lady Ningguang, I would hope that you're not here to create further trouble. With all due respect, too much official pressure will risk driving our bank.
There's no need to be so hostile. I'm just here to talk business.
That depends on the proposal. And it's not my But first, tell me, why should we believe that you really... Because if you're here to make us suffer huge losses like last time, then I'm sorry.
Straight to the point, I see. Traveler, we're leaving. Do you see what I mean now? Their attitude was just as I expected. That's for sure. Although our diplomatic relations with Snezhnaya haven't broken down completely. This sum was paid by Northland Bank, so they are still wary of me to this day. Yes, with some exceptions. If you encounter them in any other nations during your travels, be on your guard. That's okay. But that's quite enough politics for today. Now that you mention it, yes. What are they plotting this time? My thoughts... Let's act natural. Keep moving, just... Okay, I think there's a lot of foot traffic here, but if you look closely, you'll see only a hand. But I'm still not sure which of them is our tail. Agreed. Whoever it is will continue.
Join the Adventurers Guild. You'll have a blast.
I think we've narrowed it, but let's stay calm until we're 100% sure. It shouldn't take much longer.
The key here is consumer psychology.
I think I have the answer. Let's get out of his line of sight and sneak up on him. Don't get the wrong person, though, or all our efforts will have been for nothing. Rob. Ugh.
Hey, what is it?
Wrong. Ugh.
What do you do?
Come now. Did you really?
What? I'm not doing anything.
I don't know what scheme Northland Bank has in the works, but let's make a deal. Or do you seriously think Northland Bank... Why don't you weigh the pros and cons and give me a clear answer, but...
Sorry, Lady Ningguang. My assignment was just when you showed up unannounced at Northland Bank, everyone was instantly on high alert. We figured we couldn't just overlook it. We had to get...
I know they're wary. This all feel... Is there anyone else...
Yes.
Then we need to get moving. The longer they have to react, the fewer clues they'll leave behind. No time. I'll just keep him with you.
Follow my lead.
Are you saying that Ningguang hasn't done? Impossible. Keep investigating.
So much commotion.
Oh, great.
It looks like I was...
So, you are here to... Where did you get wind of this?
That doesn't matter. What matters is that I made a brief and inconsequential visit, and your first reaction was to immediately arrange a sizable surveillance operation with myself as the target. You couldn't have advertised your guilty conscience more clearly if you'd tried. You may as well come clean. You know I will not turn a blind eye to any violation of the rules in Liyue Harbor.
Even if we cooperate with her investigation, she's bound to find problems even where there are none. Well, if you're such a stickler for the rules, you can carry out your investigation by the book. The Northland Bank has no obligation to cooperate, even with a member of the Liyue Qixing.
Fine by me. Then I'll take my time. But you'll be begging to tell me everything by the time I'm through.
A strong body shows strength and instills confidence in others around you. I must always stay at the top of my game.
If I take the loan,